Today, Garden City, Kansas is a city of about 27,000 people and has a sparse suburban feel. But in September 1885, it was a bustling hotspot of activities at the height of a statewide real estate boom. Trains of people flooded in, and the local land office, seen here, always had lines of people waiting to find where they would build their new homes. The town boasted 9 lumber yards, 13 pharmacies, and 2 daily newspapers. The beautiful new Buffalo Hotel was just a few weeks away from opening. Among the people who were coming to Garden City to establish new lives were Stephen and Anne Higgs, and their 6 small children. Stephen and Anne were from Denbighshire, Wales. They packed up their children, who were between 3 months and 14 years old, and 12 parcels of belongings, and made the voyage across the ocean to America. Imagine how overwhelming it must have been. Traveling thousands of miles away from home, leaving the lush green of Wales for western Kansas, a landscape of loose, sandy loam covered with sagebrush and soapweeds. The Higgs found a small house to rent, and then soon afterwards took a claim on land a few miles away. The next 3 months were very busy. Stephen was hard at work improving his claim, and Anne was hard at work at home caring for her children, with help from the eldest daughter, Sarah, who was 14 years old. Everything changed for the Higgs family around the beginning of January 1886. January 1st started as a nice day, and Stephen worked on the claim for a time, then needed to go purchase some lumber. He bought the lumber and headed back to the claim, leaving the lumberyard about an hour before sunset. An hour after he left, a blizzard suddenly hit. Stephen was never seen alive again. My heart breaks for Anne and her children, sitting through what may have been their first blizzard, wondering, then hoping, that Stephen was all right. A search party found his body after the storm stopped. Tragically, he passed within 50 yards of a house where he could have sheltered, but evidently he wasn't aware it was there. He was laid to rest in the local cemetery. The whole area suffered many losses during the blizzard, and one that came days later. Dozens died, and up to 80% of all cattle died. The town provided for the family's needs for a time, but Anne took to her bed, too emotionally distraught to care for herself or her family. A few months later, the family suffered another tragedy. Miss Sarah Higgs died Friday morning at 6 o'clock. This case was a peculiarly distressing one. Sarah Higgs was a girl of about 15 who, in endeavoring to take care of her invalid mother and several small children, overworked herself. The town had provided all the charity they were willing to. They paid for Sarah's burial and then swiftly sent Anne and children to Philadelphia, where another charity paid their return voyage to Wales. Anne died just a few years later,